Hey, what is up guys? So I got a really awesome replay of Morphtronic to share with you guys today, and it is going to be using that new smartphone card that just came out in Secrets of Eternity. But even though he opens up with Machine Dupe Self-On, this deck is actually super consistent, and I'll explain why. But let me go ahead and share the replay with you guys real quick because it is really fast, and then I'll kind of break it down so if you guys want to get a better understanding, you can understand it when I explain everything. But for the most part, when you opened up with Self-On and Machine Dupe, you used to be able to get a huge advantage in the game. Although they didn't have any really crazy Synchro, Quasar plus other card plays. Now with the addition of Smartphone, it's just like a level 1 tuner that you get for free. That lets you potentially add a Monster Reborn for your Morphtronics. Plus the amount of free pluses that you can potentially get in this deck is absolutely crazy. You can probably try to mix in some other things that activate effects in Graveyard. So it's interesting to see what players will actually come up with. But now you basically just need Machine Dupe and the deck can completely go off. You don't really even need to open up with Self-On, and I'll kind of explain why later, but the deck is going to be insanely consistent now. As long as you open up with Machine Dupe, you basically win the game with Morphtronics now. Again, of course, if you're going first and your opponent has no back row. He didn't need the reasoning or the 1-for-1 here, but he's just like, you know what, let's just go all out because we can. He still had a junk box too. And a lot of these cards, they don't have like limits on how many times you can activate their effects. Like the new Smartphone card, there's no limit to how many you can get out, and it's just like a free level 1 tuner that has an amazing effect to potentially get a Monster Reborn or something like that. But anyways, I know that was real quick, so let me go and actually break it down for you guys and explain what the heck is going on in this Morphtronic deck. Alright, so I'm going to be explaining this if no one has ever played Morphtronics. Okay, so because the support is new and there's always new players joining the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! So anyways, Morphtronics Self-On has the effect that while in attack position you can roll a 6-sided die, you reveal cards from the top of your deck equal to the roll, and you special summon one level 4 or lower Morphtronic among them, ignoring summoning conditions, shuffle the rest back into the deck. And he has another effect in defense position where you get to roll a 6-sided dice, then you can look at the cards and then you get to return them in the same order. But the main effect is while he's in attack position. If you combo with Machine Duplication, you get to select one face-up machine-type monster you control with 500 or less attack, and you get to special summon up to 2 cards with the same name from your deck. Now, earlier I mentioned you don't really need to even open up with Self-On because you can play this card over here. It's called Where Art Thou, or in the OCG it's called One Chain. Or One Chan over here. Now, if you control a level 1 monster, you get to add a level 1 monster from your deck to your hand. So obviously, you can search out that card as long as you haven't really used your normal summon. That's why reasoning can be there. You can maybe use Monster Gate, and you can try to sack your opponent. And there's different ways you can just get out Morphtronic Self-On. I mean, you can call it the Haunted this thing. You can do a lot of everything. You can foolish it and then get it back later or something like that. But all it really comes down to, because there's a lot of cards that bring back like low-level monsters anyways, but all you really need in this deck is really Machine Dupe, and then you can completely go off. So you're going to be special summoning 2 more Self-Ons, and from here you're going to get the effect of Self-On 3 times. And what you really want to just hit with it is the Smartphone, and when you have its effect 3 times, hopefully you can hit one, and if you draw them, then that's fine too, because you can actually just special summon it by banishing a Morphtronic from your graveyard, so it's not too difficult in that aspect too. So this card lets you excavate up to 6 cards because you roll another 6-sided dice, and then you get to add any of the Morphtronic card to your hand, then you shuffle the rest back in your deck. So that is super strong because there is a Morphtronic version of Monster Reborn, or is it more like a, I think it's an equip card, I forgot the exact name. It's Morphtronic, what is it? It's called Morphtronic Repair Unit, so you get to select one Morphtronic in your graveyard and special summon it and you equip with it, and the equip monster can't change its battle position, but it's irrelevant anyways because you're just going to go completely off that turn. Then it has another effect while it's in defense position, you can roll a 6-sided die, look at the number of the top cards of your deck equal to the result, then place them in either the top or bottom, but it's pretty much irrelevant anyways. You just want that attack position effect. But he's going to also get out the Sling-In over here, so while it's in attack position, you contribute 1 Morphtronic monster except for himself to destroy 1 card in the field. Not that that's really relevant anyways. His opponent just didn't open up with a play that was playable by his means, so he's just going to be able to get that effect of Smartphone again. I think that is where it just gets a little out of control, because you can get infinite effects of Smartfon, kind of like cell phone. You could just keep on getting multiple effects, and that's why it's so darn good. And it's just so easy for the deck to have a level 1 monster and a level 1 tuner, and then obviously it's really easy to get a level 4 monster because you have so many cards that get free cards out of the graveyard, or even from the deck, like Reasoning, or this card also works. But this guy just totally wrecked him with the Quasar, and then again Reasoning was also there. And then there's also Scopin, which has a decent effect. So while it's an attack position, this is the only one I think that he uses where it's like a once per turn that's actually relevant. But you can special summon one level 4 Morphtronic monster from your hand and just destroy it during the end phase, but it's not really relevant at all anyways. But while it's in defense position, this card becomes level 4, so that can definitely also be used, because if you need to make like a level 5 synchro monster, helping you make a level 5 one is much easier, because the 3 won't really add too much utility. You'd have to use like formula plus this, but it doesn't really matter in this scenario anyways, because he's just gonna go off and be like, you know what, I got Quasar and Shooting Star essentially with just 2 cards. The other cards definitely help them out, but because he's going to draw extra cards anyways, this is absolutely awesome that Morphtronics can actually go for a play that doesn't involve just making Power Tool a bunch of times and equipping a bunch of cards that pretty much are irrelevant in the game. Now I think Morphtronics will be much more sacky, especially if you open it with Machine Dupe, like I said, guys. As long as you can get out that cell phone out and you Machine Dupe it, now you can have a huge potential just to end the game right there, because yeah, you're gonna have options for days as far as what you want to make. But anyways, thanks for watching, and thank you, Mr. Shredder, for sending in this awesome replay. We'll go ahead and let it finish out right there with Quasar. He didn't even need the Shooting Star, but it was just there just in case. I don't know what he could potentially have. Gorge, he could have to have like Battle Fader and Swift Scarecrows, because obviously one of them would just be negated. So yeah, that was pretty awesome. So thank you, Mr. Shredder, for sending in that sick replay. And it's kind of cool to see some of these older decks get support and seeing what they can do. But yeah, man, you can definitely synchro like crazy in Morphtronics now. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Azneyes signing out.